Well, what determines the cation exchange capacity of a soil? In other words, why do some soils have high, others medium, and still others very low or practically no cation exchange capacity? Well, I think we need to look back at some of the things that we previously talked about. Of the mineral particles in the soil, the clay-sized mineral particles are by far the most active in terms of their influence on the cation exchange capacity of a soil. So the first response to that question would be the quantity of clay in the soil has a very great impact on the cation exchange capacity of that soil. But I think we need to look beyond that, because it's not just the quantity of clay, it's also the type of clay. We've learned that 2-to-1 types of clays have many more residual negative charges and exchange sites on them than do the 1-to-1 types of clays, than do the sesquioxides or hydrous oxide types of clay. So type of clay, quantity of clay, both of those greatly influence cation exchange capacities of soil. One additional characteristic or component of the soil that has a very great influence on cation exchange capacity is the organic matter. Organic matter also has residual negative charges, specifically on the humus portion of the organic material. So once organic material becomes decomposed and part of that semi-stable portion in the soil, the humus portion, humus also contains residual negative charges or exchange sites that will attract and hold these cations. Per unit weight, humus has the highest cation exchange capacity. But naturally, organic material does not weigh as much as mineral matter, so humus may not be a major contributing factor to the cation exchange capacity of a soil in soils where the organic matter content is relatively low. There, we would be very dependent upon the type and amount of clay. But as we get into soils which have moderate amounts of organic material, this humus plays a very major part or contributing factor in the cation exchange capacity of the soil. What's a moderate amount? Once we start getting above about 2–2.5%, the humus portion of the soil can have just as much cation exchange capacity in that top acre foot as do the clay particles. So what have I just said in terms of a quick review? The amount of clay, the type of clay, and the quantity and distribution of the organic material or humus in the soil all greatly influence the cation exchange capacity of that particular soil. I think we know that the organic matter is concentrated near the surface of the soil, and this also helps explain why surface soils or topsoils have a tendency to be more fertile and more productive than do the subsoils which lie underneath. Subsoils are inherently low in organic material, whereas topsoil is much higher. If we lose that topsoil due to erosion and we get down and are working with the subsoil, we will naturally have less capacity to hold and release nutrients to plants due to the lack of this humus or organic material in that subsoil.